Hello, my name is Divyesh Narkat and I am a PhD student at IIT Bombay with Professor Supratik and Professor Ashutosh. I am also affiliated with TCS Research. My research focuses on proving properties of programs that manipulate arrays. Today, I'll describe a novel technique that we call full program induction. Programs that manipulate arrays are very common in various applications. In such programs, arrays are of parametric size, say n. The values computed in an iteration of a loop may impact values computed in future iterations of the loop. Statements in each loop cannot be executed in parallel due to possible data dependencies across iterations as well as dependence across loops. The function polycompute is an example of such a program. We need to be able to prove quantified as well as quantifier-free properties over such programs. Here, the quantified post condition says that the value of an array element at the index I is equal to I cube. And the precondition is true. The program parameter n takes positive values greater than 0. The question we want to answer here is that assuming the precondition phi n evaluates to true, after the program with parameter n completes its execution, does the post condition psi n always evaluate to true for all possible values of n? Equivalently, does this whole triple hold for all possible values of n? Several different techniques try to answer this question and face different challenges. Automatically synthesizing loop invariants and using them to prove post conditions is a common approach. However, generating loop invariants is a non-trivial task, especially when nonlinear terms and multiple array elements appear in the invariants. Abstraction-based techniques tend to lose precision when complex data dependencies occur between array elements and across loop iterations. Techniques that depend on recurrence solving or fixed point computation are also unable to handle such programs. None of the tools and techniques described here are able to prove the post condition in our motivating example. At a high level, our approach works like any other inductive technique. But instead of inducting over individual loops, it inducts over the entire program, possibly containing multiple loops. It inducts directly via the program parameter n. In the base case, we verify that the whole triple holds for some small values of n, say for n is equal to 1. If this check fails, a true counterexample is obtained and we report a property violation. If the induction hypothesis, in the induction hypothesis, we assume that the whole triple with parameter n minus 1 holds. To make use of this induction hypothesis in the inductive step, we must relate the programs with parameter n and with parameter n minus 1. We have proposed the notion of a difference program denoted by delta Pn. It is a piece of code which, when executed after the program with parameter n minus 1, results in the same state as the program with parameter n. We have also developed The notion of the difference precondition, denoted by delta phi n, for relating phi n and phi n minus 1. It denotes the part of the formula that is not affected by the program with parameter n minus 1 and thus is assumed to hold as a precondition for the difference program. Once these constructs are computed, we can proceed with the inductive step. If the inductive step succeeds, we have established that the given postcondition holds. But the inductive step may not always succeed. This is primarily due to the use of unqualified variables and array elements in the difference program. In such cases, we infer new subgoals. This is done by strengthening the precondition formula with new formulas. Here, a new formula pre n minus 1 that possibly qualifies several variables and array elements in the difference program is inferred. Pre n minus 1 is inferred by computing the weakest precondition of the formula psi n over the difference program. Since the inferred formula pre n minus 1 must hold after the program with parameter n minus 1, pre n must hold after the program with parameter n. The formula pre thus strengthens the precondition of the difference program as well as the post condition. The new proof goal requires us to again check the base case for pre n. Thus, before we can proceed for the inductiveness check, we again check the base case for pre n. If the base case check fails, we try to infer new predicates for strengthening the precondition and the postcondition. Alternately, we also consider splitting the already inferred formula pre n or the difference precondition delta phi n or both. Please refer to our paper for the details of the algorithm that uses splitting. Once the base case succeeds, we continue with the inductive step. If the inductive step succeeds, we have established that the given postcondition psi n holds. Otherwise, we continue with inferring further subgoals. As shown here, we have inferred a new formula pre 2n minus 1 in the second iteration, and hence we need to prove pre 2n in the postcondition as well. This iterative process continues until either psi n is established to hold or we cannot infer any more preconditions. Let us apply this technique to prove our motivating example. We start with the base case where the program parameter n is substituted with the value 1. The base case succeeds here since the assertion checks if C0 is set to 0q, which it actually is. We use an SMT solver or a bounded model checker to prove the base case since all the loops can be unrolled to a finite bound. In the inductive step, we need to compute the difference program. For this case, the difference program is just the last iteration of all the loops. The difference precondition is true in this case. The post condition from the hypothesis program psi n minus 1 is as shown here. We need to establish that C of n minus 1 is equal to n minus 1 cube. Here, the inductive step cannot be immediately proved since the array element bn minus 2 is unqualified and can take any value. Thus, we infer the formula pre1 n minus 1 from this code and we naturally lift it to its quantified form. As already discussed, we prove the base case for the newly inferred formula. The base case succeeds here since b of 0 is equal to 1 cube minus 0 cube, which is equal to 1, and b of 0 is actually set to 1. We then proceed for the inductive step. Again, the inductive step cannot be established immediately because an minus 2 is still unrestricted. Thus, we infer the formula pre2 from this code and subsequently we naturally lift it to its quantified form. We again need to check the base case for the newly inferred formula pre2 and the base case succeeds here. Hence, we proceed to the inductive step. In the inductive step, we instantiate the quantified precondition formulas and we feed it to an SMT solver Z3. So here we have shown the precondition with instantiations. Since we only access certain indices from those arrays, this subgoal is proved by the SMT solver Z3. Note that we did not require generation or use of loop-specific invariants for proving the given post condition for all I in 0 to n, C of I is equal to I cube. Now, I'll show you how some of these parts are automatically constructed. So in order to compute the difference precondition delta phi n, we need to ensure that it ensures certain properties. Delta phi n in conjunction with the precondition with parameter n minus 1 should cover at least the states that are covered by phi n and maybe more as well. That is, phi n should imply the conjunction of phi n minus 1 and the difference precondition. And the difference precondition must not refer to scalars and array elements modified in the program with parameter n minus 1. A simple test for existence of such a formula is given by the following implication. A difference precondition exists only if this implication is valid. We compute the difference by looking at the pattern of the given precondition. If the precondition is a universally quantified formula, the difference precondition is the instantiation with the range difference in the guard for program with parameter n minus 1 and the program with parameter n. For example, if the precondition is for all I, where I is in 0 to n, a of I is greater than 0, then the difference precondition is a of n greater than 0. If the given precondition is a conjunct of formulas, then the difference precondition is the difference of each individual conjunct. In other cases, we conservatively assume that the difference precondition is true. Computing the difference program is a bit complex. We first peel the last iterations of all loops in the given program. Subsequently, we replace the statements in the loops such that array elements in the program with parameter n are computed in terms of their values in program with parameter n minus 1. This gives rise to difference terms. These difference terms are further simplified. Loops that simply copy values from nth version of the program, from n minus 1th version of the program to nth version, are removed. Our technique is sound, and the following theorem guarantees its soundness. Suppose the given program with parameter n can be written as a sequential composition of program with parameter n minus 1 and the difference program. And there exists a difference precondition that satisfies the conditions shown here. And there exists a formula pre-m such that the post condition holds in the base case and the difference precondition and the inferred precondition holds in the base case, and the inductive step succeeds. Then we conclude that the post condition holds for all possible values of n greater than 0. We have developed a prototype tool called Vajra to assess the efficacy of the full program induction technique. It has passed the Takas artifact evaluation test and is available for download at the link shown here. Our tool was tested on 231 programs from SVCOM and was able to give the correct outcome for most of them. It was inconclusive if it could not compute the difference program due to presence of branch conditions whose outcome depends on n, or it could not strengthen the preconditions using weakest precondition computation. It was not applied to programs that did not have a parameter n or were out of scope for the tool. Our tool participated in Software Verification Competition 2020 via the TCS verification tool, VeriAbs. We have the best tool in the reach safety category, and Vajra gave a strong boost in the arrays subcategory. It outscored other tools by a significant margin of 315 points and solved 158 additional programs than the previous year. A competition contribution paper is published in the SVCOM track of TAKAS describing the advancements in the tool wherein full program induction is the main novelty. To conclude, I presented a new property-driven and efficient verification technique called full program induction that uses the novel concepts of difference programs and difference properties to induct over the entire program. It is instantiated in our tool Vajra. Kindly refer to our paper from TACAS 2020 for more details. Thank you.